Family Time, a short story published in the Beyond the Abyss Tales of the Supernatural collection. Written and produced by Heather Silvio. Book copyright 2014, audiobook copyright 2024. I survey the room in silence, my heart beating thickly in my chest, the blood pounding in my ears. I stand in my childhood kitchen. My family sits around the table, alternately staring at me, and then at anything but crying. No, wait. They aren't staring at me. They stare at the TV/VCR next to me. You know, the kind on a tall stand, like the ones offices and schools use. Why would one of those stands be in the kitchen of my childhood? A better question, why am I? I hadn't stood in this room in nearly 20 years. I turn to leave, to head toward the dining room, and it feels like moving underwater. The silence is oppressive and strange, the beating of my heart more a feeling than an actual sound. Unexplainable fear blossoms in my body as I stare at the scene unfolding in the dining room. My family again, only different. I stare at the faces, one by one, trying to make sense of what I see, trying to calm the irrational fear coursing through me. Softly illuminated by the flickering candles on 2 birthday cakes, the people sitting around the dining room table are indeed my family. From 20 years ago. They watch a spot below my face, and to the right, looks of identical happy expectation on their faces while they sing. I cannot hear them, though I can make out the words. I have stumbled into a birthday party. Why am I so afraid? I turn again, trying to head toward the bedrooms down the hallway, past the living room. The feeling of being underwater intensifies, and I struggle for breath. I gasp, words trying to form in my throat, trying to come out of my mouth, but nothing happens. Finally, air pushes through me and I find my voice. Mom! I scream the word and then the world becomes silent with only that strange feeling of my heartbeat in my ears. Nothing. Nobody comes running. The silence remains as if I had not spoken at all. I realize I also have not moved toward those back bedrooms, but still stand at the head of the dining room table, surrounded by happy partygoers. Unrelenting fear at the core of my being increases at an alarming rate. Somehow, I know I must figure out what is going on before I die. I stare at each of the faces around the table. My father still singing Happy Birthday. How long is that damn song anyway? My eyes shift to the woman seated to his right, kind eyes in a middle-aged face. My aunt, looking 25 years younger than I knew her to be. To her right, one of my brothers watching everyone sing. A lighted birthday cake before him. 7 candles on the cake tell me I am 10 years old in this little fantasy. To the birthday boy's right, our older brother recently turned 13, at least in this tableau. Next to him, our mother. Mom's lips move like the others, but her eyes are not smiling and carefree like the others. I frown, trying to read my mother's lips. Then I realize she is peering straight at me, and not where everyone else is looking. I focus on the words my mother mouths to me. Come back. Just those 2 words over and over as I remain paralyzed with fear. What is going on? The fear suffocates more than the silence. Turning in the strange atmosphere, I return to the scene in the kitchen. The tableau morphs into my family in the present, but still sitting around my childhood kitchen table. A couple of them weep, some try not to. Mom, dad, brothers, aunt. Where am I in this picture? I face the television to my left. That's when I see the man in a business suit standing on the other side of the television. He stands stiffly, uncomfortable, as if he does not like the business at hand. He watches my family watching the screen. I move to view the screen. The fear that had subsided as I contemplated these bizarre scenes slams back, growing to the point where I feel certain the anxiety will kill me. Right this second. On the television screen, a young woman walks along a darkened street. She glances up to note the broken streetlight that would have provided light. Thankfully, a full moon prevents pervasive darkness. She is not afraid, even though she is a young woman walking alone down a darkened street. She is familiar with this route. She is going home. Returning from school from the market could be anything. The strap of her bag, showing she has, in fact, come from school, rests on her right shoulder, so that she bends ever so slightly in that direction. She is carefree, walking home alone from college on a darkened city street. I know that scene, know that young woman. That is me walking home as I had done so many times before. The men come from nowhere, birthed from the shadows around the young woman. At first, her awareness of them remains incomplete, as she thinks ahead to her evening at home, deciding what homework, if any, she'll do that night. Then she is pulled into the moment when the four men encircle her. In the dark, it is difficult to tell if they are white, Latino, or light-skinned black men. In the end, it is irrelevant anyway. With an unexpected punch, the young woman slumps to the ground. One of the men takes her bag while yet another pulls her up by an arm. I struggle to breathe again, watching the scene unfold. I realize all of my fear is for the young woman in the video. I don't stop to wonder how someone took such a video in the first place. Such information does not matter. I do not remember an attack like that. But I know all of my fear, the suffocating atmosphere, the silence, all come from the woman in the video. It all comes from myself as I am brutally assaulted, with my family bearing witness. My breath has grown shallow, the fear diminishes, and my heartbeat slows. I feel lightheaded, and the room shifts and moves. I am dying. Images on the screen become indistinct. I see myself on the screen in a hospital bed, watch the doctors quit moving frantically, watch the machine above my bruised and battered face go to flatline. The room darkens as the picture on the screen fades. This is your life, I have time to think. Or death, to be accurate. I glance one final time at my family around the table. In the growing darkness, I can still discern faces. Aunt, brothers, father, and mother. Mom looks right at me, not at the screen or at her lap, unlike the rest of my family. She speaks to me. Wake up! Those two words over and over again. Near absolute darkness surrounds me. I no longer hear my heart beating thickly in my chest or feel the blood pulsing in my head. There is almost nothing. I don't want to go. I am not ready to leave yet. No matter what those men have done, I will mend. That strong and carefree young woman exists within me. I am loved. The room brightens and I hear a mechanical beep on the screen that matches the beat in my chest. All the faces, save one, stare hopefully at the screen. My mother still stares at me, mouthing those words, "Wake up." But now she looks satisfied, knowing I had heard her message. As the room comes into focus, my heartbeat grows until it pounds, accompanying the most incredible pain I have ever felt. I wake up screaming. This has been Family Time, a short story published in the Beyond the Abyss Tales of the Supernatural collection. Written and produced by Heather Silvio. Book copyright 2014. Audiobook copyright 2024. Thank you for listening.